What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel as well as another video. So today's video is going to be a review as well as an installation of a carburetor that I picked up off of eBay. This carburetor is going to replace what I have on here. My 04 here is got just right around 30,000 miles on it, and I'm starting to have a lot of carburetor issues. I'm noticing hard starts, as well as, the occasional puff of smoke coming back out through the air cleaner when it doesn't want to kick. Just little things like that. And, I could have gone onto eBay and bought, or Amazon and bought a, cheap Chinese knockoff carburetor for, 50, 60, $70. But I didn't really want to go ahead and do that. Even though the bike has, the mileage that it has on it, I want to kind of keep it as good a running condition as possible, obviously, so that it's not going to leave me stranded. So I talked with a friend of mine, and he turned me on to this company that is on eBay called Killer Motorcycle Products. And basically what they do over there is they will take CVs and they rebuild them. They rectify all the problems that they come from the factory with and basically just turn them into a performance carburetor. When I ordered this thing from him, he, asked me what I had on the bike. I told him I had the Shark Roads pipes, as well as this air cleaner that's like, your regular old K&N knockoff style air cleaner that you see on just about every bike. And he said that, he set this carburetor up for me specifically, whatever jets needed to be put in there. And, and it should be, fingers crossed, it should be a bolt on and go kind of thing. I'm actually going to be rectifying two situations. Well, hopefully rectifying two situations. I put in rocker lockers last year, and to try to take care of that little top end tick that these Harleys all have. Everything seemed great for a while, but I'm starting to hear it again, and I want to just kind of go back in and revisit it and make sure a bolt didn't back out or anything. So I'm actually going to be tearing the bike down a little bit more than what you'd need for your average carburetor switch out. I am going to pull the tank, which will actually aid me in, getting at some of the stuff that's on the bike to swap the carburetor too. So hopefully we kill off the tick and we fix the carburetor issue, but we shall see. Let me get the carburetor out of the box and show you exactly what I got for my money. All right, so here is the carburetor. First off, I should mention that this was a very, very painless process to purchase this carburetor from the company. There was basically, the actual purchase of it, then a few back and forth messages over eBay on what I had on the bike for pipes and air cleaner and so forth. And they set it up and sent it right out to me really, really quickly. Just to give you an idea, like I said, you get what you pay for. This carburetor ran me $370.45. Came with a gasket. Shows exactly what it was set up with. Main jet at 195.074, pilot 48.018, N86F needle with one shim, and the idle screws 2.5 turns out. This should be basically a plug and play kind of situation, and I hope it does. When you see the carburetor, though, you really understand what you're getting for your money. I've never seen a, Chinese carburetor that looked like this. So this thing is amazing. They go as far as to polish everything on the inside. They deburr that edge of that slide. They replace that crappy plastic inlet. Just a bunch of stuff to really ensure that this thing is 100% reliable and is going to give me increased performance. They even go as far as to put a nice cap on the top with the company logo on it. So, all right, in order to start doing this thing, like I said, I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone here. So I am going to take the gas tank off the bike, get everything ready to go, and then we'll start changing this thing out. So let's do it. Okay, so the gas tank is off, and I have already gone through and pulled my rocker covers and double-checked the bolts. They were all tightened to torque, or specs rather. So that's unfortunate and fortunate at the same time. I mean, it's unfortunate because now I'm going to continue to look for this tick, but we'll figure it out someday. All right, so the next thing to do here is going to be to pop off this air cleaner as well as this choke cable right here. And then we should be able to undo our throttle cables and remove this carburetor. So let me get set up and let's get it done. So I went ahead off camera and I swapped out my choke cable. This one was getting really bad. It's the original cable, so it was worn out. I used to have to sit there and hold it. You know, when I first got it, I was able to really crank down on this thing, tighten it up, and it would be good for a little while. But then it would just slowly start working its way in. At one point, it had this great sweet spot where I'd start the bike, pull it all the way out, and by the time the bike had warmed up, the choke had worked its way out. But that was short-lived. So I did put this new cable on that I got from Killer Motorcycle, but the only issue is I cannot get that choke lettering to sit correctly. I'm hoping I can maybe manipulate the cable a little when I go to set it on the bike and hook it down so that it reads, you know, straight across. I know it's not the most, you know, important thing, but I'm kind of picky like that. So, but anyway, this is ready to go back on the bike, so I'm just going to reverse the process and we're going to stick this thing back on. Okay, went ahead and slapped the tank back on, hooked up all my lines, and made sure that I didn't have any leaks. I did fire it off real quick just to make sure that gas was flowing correctly and we had no issues, no puddles, no nothing, and everything seems good. I'm going to kick the choke on here, fire this thing off, and let you hear it. Now that is still cold. So, I mean, obviously it was running a touch rough. I was at like half choke. But the throttle response is immediate. It's like a night and day difference to what I had. So, and by this time, I would already had, this window would have already been sprayed with gasoline, and just, it was horrible. So, we're already looking 100 times better. It's so much cleaner and nicer looking in there. So, I would say that's a win right there. I do still hear my tick going on when it's running, but I don't know. Just turn the radio up, I guess. Made a little bit of a mess, so this thing's going to need a big time cleaning before I can ride it again. But I would say mission accomplished on that one. So I just wanted to add a quick update to this video. Right after recording that last scene, I took the bike out for a ride, put about 50 miles on it, and I was noticing some slight hesitation, right? You know, if you're rolling at about 40 and you just like lightly crack the throttle, I was getting some hesitation, so I contacted Dale at Killer Motorcycle Products, and he walked me through some adjustment to this carburetor in order to rectify that. Apparently, I needed to lean it out just a little bit more in order to rectify that situation. That involved adding another shim in the carburetor. Very, very simple process. And it just goes without saying like how good the customer service is with this company. He says lifetime tech support. As long as you own the carburetor, they're going to be there for you to help you out with it and make sure that it's working completely to its potential. And then last night I took it for about a little over 100 mile ride. And since I did the adjustment, man, this carburetor just woke this bike right up. It's amazing. When you have something on there that's as, you know, underperforming as what I had on there, and then you bolt something on there that is like set for peak performance, the absolute difference that you're going to get out of it. So I couldn't be more happier with this thing. I would tell you, if you're in the market for a carburetor, you're looking to replace your aging, Harley carburetor, definitely look them up on eBay. It's Killer Motorcycle Products. They have a store on there, and yeah, they're great over there. So just wanted to kind of add that in. And that's going to do it for this video. I hope you found this content helpful. If you did, do me a favor, give me that thumbs up, subscribe, as well as hit the bell for notifications so you know when more videos like this are coming out. And as always, keep the shiny side up, and I'll see you guys all on the next video.